Listen to this sentence. I suggest that he is on time. It sounds correct, right? But in a formal or professional situation, an advanced English speaker would say, I suggest that he be on time. No is, just be. Why? This strange and powerful grammar is called the subjunctive mood. It is not common in casual, everyday conversation, but it is the secret language of formal demands, urgent requests, and important proposals. It is the grammar used by leaders, lawyers, and professionals. It is a sign of a truly sophisticated English user, and today, we are going to master it. Welcome back to our advanced series, English Grammar Unlocked. I'm your host, Scarlett. Today, we are entering a high-stakes meeting to learn the formal and powerful subjunctive mood. In this episode, we will turn a grammar lesson into an urgent rescue mission. First, we will join a rescue team's emergency planning session to see how the subjunctive is used in important and formal situations. Second, we will master 7 essential vocabulary words for making recommendations. And finally, for our language focus, we will break down the simple structure and the key trigger words for the subjunctive mood. Are you ready to take charge? When a situation is urgent and a leader needs to give a strong, formal command, they don't always use should or must. They use a more powerful form. Let's enter the briefing room to see how. Part 1. The demand. Subjunctive with verbs. Our story today takes place in a remote base station in the Arctic. A team of scientists is trapped in their research outpost by a sudden, violent blizzard. A rescue mission is being planned. We are in the emergency briefing room. The leader of the rescue team, Captain Eva Rostova, is giving instructions to her crew. The situation is urgent, and her language is direct and formal. Captain Rostova stands in front of a large map. All right, team. Listen up, she says. The situation is critical. The storm is getting worse, and the science team is running low on supplies. Time is our enemy. Therefore, I insist that every team member be ready to leave within the hour. I demand that our pilot, Jax, check the helicopter's fuel and engines one more time. And because of the high winds, I propose that we take the shorter, more dangerous northern route through the ice canyon. Let's pause the meeting. The grammar Captain Rostova is using is the present subjunctive. Look at the structure of her commands. I insist that every team member be ready. She does not say is ready or are ready. I demand that our pilot Jax check the helicopter. She does not say checks. I propose that we take the northern route. This is the key rule of the subjunctive. The verb in the that clause is always the base form of the verb. The base form is the simple infinitive form without to. Be, check, take, go, have. It does not change for the subject. It is not he checks or she is. It is always he check and she be. We use the subjunctive after certain formal verbs when we are giving a strong suggestion, a request, a demand, or a proposal. Some of the most common trigger verbs for the subjunctive are suggest, recommend, insist, demand, propose, ask, and request. This is formal, powerful language for important situations. Commands from a leader are one thing. But how do we talk about the situation itself? How do we express that something is not just a good idea, but absolutely necessary for the mission to succeed? The lead scientist from the trapped outpost joins the call with a vital message. Part 2. The necessity. Subjunctive with adjectives. A voice crackles over the radio. It's Dr. Eris Thorne, the leader of the trapped science team. His voice is calm but urgent. Captain Rostova, thank you for your help, he says. The storm is getting worse. It is vital that the rescue team arrive before the sun sets. We are losing heat in the outpost. It is essential that you bring extra medical supplies. One of my team members is unwell. And most of all, it is important that everyone here remain calm. Let's pause again. Dr. Thorne is also using the subjunctive, but in a different way. This is the second common use of the subjunctive. After the structure, it is plus adjective, plus that. We use this structure to express urgency, importance, or necessity. It is vital that the rescue team arrive. It is essential that you bring. It is important that everyone remain. Notice the grammar is exactly the same. The verb in the that clause is the base form. Arrive, bring, remain. It does not change for the subject. Some of the most common trigger adjectives for this structure are essential, vital, important, crucial, necessary, and imperative. When you hear, it is vital that, you know a subjunctive verb is coming next. This is the grammar of necessity. The plan is set. The stakes are high. Now, let's step back from the emergency briefing room and become grammar experts. Let's analyze the powerful and formal language our rescue team used to communicate in this critical situation. Part 3. Language focus. First, let's master our 7 essential vocabulary words for today's lesson. Our first phrase is subjunctive mood. The subjunctive mood is a verb form used to express things that are not facts, such as wishes, suggestions, or demands. For example, the sentence, I suggest that he be on time, uses the subjunctive mood. Our second word is urgent. Urgent means requiring immediate action or attention. For example, the rescue mission was urgent because of the approaching storm. Our third word is vital. Vital means absolutely necessary or essential. For example, it was vital that the team arrive before sunset. Next, we have to insist. To insist means to demand something forcefully and not accept refusal. For example, the captain insisted that every team member be ready. Our fifth word is to recommend. To recommend means to suggest that a particular action is the best one. For example, I recommend that you review this lesson again after the video. The sixth word is proposal. A proposal is a formal plan or suggestion. For example, her proposal that they take the shorter route was brave. And our final word is essential. Essential means absolutely necessary or extremely important, similar to vital. For example, it is essential that you bring your passport to the airport. Now for our grammar focus. The subjunctive mood. Let's make the structure very simple and clear. The present subjunctive is used in a that clause. The verb in this clause is always the base form be, go, have, do, etc. For all subjects, there are two main types of triggers that tell you to use the subjunctive. Trigger type 1. Formal verbs of suggestion or demand. These are verbs like suggest, demand, insist, recommend, propose, request. The pattern is trigger verb plus that plus subject plus base form of verb. Example: I suggest that she be present at the meeting. Trigger type 2. Formal adjectives of importance or necessity. These are adjectives like vital, essential, important, necessary, crucial. The pattern is it is plus trigger adjective plus that plus subject plus base form of verb. Example: it is vital that she be present at the meeting. And what about the negative form? It's very simple. We just add not before the base verb. The captain insisted that the team not waste any time. It is important that he not be late. You've learned the grammar of formal communication. How can you practice this advanced skill to prepare for your own important moments in English? Part 4. Practice tips for the 4 skills. For listening, listen to a formal business meeting on a TV show or watch a political debate on the news. Listen very carefully for these specific trigger phrases we learned today, like, I recommend that, or it is essential that. Notice the simple base form of the verb that follows. For speaking, this is excellent practice for professional situations. With your AI tutor, role-play a formal meeting. You can set the scene. Let's role-play. I am the boss, and you are my employee. I have a new, urgent project. Then, practice making suggestions and giving instructions using the subjunctive. For example, I suggest that you prepare a report immediately. It is important that you be very detailed. For reading, find a formal business email or a project proposal online. These types of professional documents are often full of subjunctive phrases to sound polite and official. And for writing, this is a great exercise. In your journal, imagine you are the leader of a team planning an important event. Write 3 sentences giving instructions or stating what is important. Your challenge is to use the subjunctive. For example, it is important that everyone cooperate. I propose that we meet tomorrow morning to discuss the plan. Part 5. Your next action. Today, you have unlocked a key to a new level of formality and professionalism in your English. The subjunctive mood is not something you will use in a casual conversation with friends, but it is a powerful tool in academic and professional settings. It shows that you have a deep understanding of the language's nuances. You now have a tool used by leaders, lawyers, diplomats, and business professionals. As we conclude, let's quickly summarize our lesson today. We joined an urgent rescue mission and learned about the 2 main triggers for the subjunctive mood: formal verbs of suggestion and demand, and formal adjectives of importance and necessity. And we learned the most important rule: the verb in the subjunctive clause is always the simple base form. We also learned 7 essential vocabulary words for this topic. As a review, those words were subjunctive mood, urgent, vital, to insist, to recommend, proposal, and essential. Now, I have a final question for you. Imagine you are giving advice to a new English learner. What is one thing you would suggest that they do every day? Let's practice using the subjunctive in the comments section below. If you are committed to making this mindset a part of your life, show your energy by smashing that like button. Be a hero for a friend by sharing this video with someone you know who works in a professional environment. And to lock in your commitment to learning, subscribe and smash that notification bell so you don't miss our next workout. Remember, you now have a powerful tool to communicate in the most important situations. Until next time, take care and happy learning.